After the visit of Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi to India, it's now Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar who's embarked on a 3-day visit to Russia. The visit comes amid India-US tariff hike. India has been slapped with additional 25% tariff for purchasing Russian oil. The total tariff is now 50%, the highest in the world. The visit also comes after a much anticipated meeting between the United States and the Russian presidents in Alaska. Jaishankar also co-chairs the 26th session of the India-Russia Intergovernmental Commission on Trade, Economic, Scientific, Technological and Cultural Cooperation. Besides addressing the India-Russia Business Forum, Jaishankar will hold bilateral talks with Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov. Though President Trump has called India a friend, the actions speak otherwise. Trump on earlier occasions has accused India of not caring about the number of Ukrainians being killed by Russia and selling Russian oil in the open market for profits. He also called the economies of India and Russia dead. The US rationale for levying additional tariffs on India is that it's a way to deter Russia from pursuing the Ukraine war.
Look, the president has put tremendous public pressure to bring this war to a close. He's taken actions, as you've seen, sanctions on India and other actions as well. He's made himself very clear that he wants to see this war end. And he has scoffed at the ideas of others that have been raised that we should wait another month before any meeting takes place. The president wants to move and he wants to bring this war to an end as quickly as possible.
Trump's claims are being trumpeted by his Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, who says that India has been profiteering from reselling Russian oil. India at the onset had called the sanctions unjustified.
But if you go back and look pre-22, pre-invasion, 13% of China's oil was already coming from Russia. Now it's 16%. So China has a diversified input of their oil. If you go back and look now, I believe India had less than 1% of their oil, 1%, and now I believe it's up to 42%. So
wow.
India is just profiteering, or they are just profiteering. They are reselling. They've made $16 billion in excess profits. So this is a completely different thing. Like this India, what I would call the Indian arbitrage, buying cheap Russian oil, reselling it as product, has just sprung up during the war, which is unacceptable.
But Russia has stood by its ally India and said that Russia would welcome Indian markets with open arms.
The Russian market is, would welcome Indian imports to the most extent possible. So don't worry about that. So as far as energy is concerned, indeed, so we see that actually that would be quite detrimental to the global economic stability and energy security. As we discussed before, Russia is the largest producer of oil. India is the largest consumer. Any kind of unilateral actions lead to disruptions in supply chains, needs to imbalance in pricing policies, so it would potentially lead to price hikes and destabilization of global markets and endangering energy security of developing countries, first of all.
Trump also attributed the tariff on India as the US policy to tackle BRICS and to protect the dollar. But India has always reiterated that it had no plans to replace the US dollar, but only aims for the rupee's global outreach. He also said that India was a difficult market for the US.
Well, we're negotiating right now, and it's also BRICS. They have BRICS, which is basically a group of countries that are anti the United States, and India is a member of that, if you can believe it. It's an attack on the dollar, and we're not going to let anybody attack the dollar. So it's partially BRICS, and it's partially the trade situation. It's the deficit. We had a tremendous deficit. So, as you know, Prime Minister Modi is a friend of mine, but they don't do very much business in terms of business with us. They sell a lot to us, but we don't buy from them. You know why? Because the tariff is so high. They have one of the highest tariffs in the world.
India has always maintained that it's not an era of war. It has also welcomed the recent talks between Trump and Putin. It's a test of friendship for both India and Russia and whether they can withstand the difficult times. With Marsh Vetalala, Bureau Report, India Today.